Welcome, my lovely Aquarius. This is your weekly Cartomancy reading for June 3rd through June 9th, 2019. This is a general reading for Aquarius and will not apply to all, me being the Queen of Clovers. My readings tend to focus on life, craft, and action, nurturing ourselves, our dreams, and others. Alright, let's get shuffling. My Aquas. There's a few announcements for the Queen of Clovers. When I put that into the deck, it is me putting my energy into your energy, and I do pull that out of the cards when I pull those messages out of the cards. Shouldn't affect your reading dramatically. And then I got a major download for Spirit, a bit of a biting one. It said if your readings do not resonate, especially my readings, especially because they're active readings, and I tell you what to do. Spirit actually gives actions in my readings on what you should be doing. Are you doing the work? If you're not doing the work, you're actually pretty much wasting your time. And you're also, you're not understanding the readings as well as you should be, believe it or not. So this reading is going to be all about the new moon. We have your deepest, darkest shadow wishes right here. Once you get those cleaned out, so many other things get better. And then we have how that new moon energy is going to hit you, and of course how the results, how it's going to end up. And of course we're going to get some advice cards, and I'm going to pull some action cards. So a lot of these new moon readings have been very, very psychic, not psychic, but psychological. And so this is a Gemini at 14 degrees Taurus, new moon. It's parental versus passionate energy. It's quality over quantity. It's spontaneous risk-taking. And it's all bounded up in communication, that Gemini communication. So this is going to be how you're coping with that full moon blast, new moon blast of energy. And remember, though, it might feel a bit of severing feeling because the new moon card of Gemini is a 9 of Swords. And that is severing. That is removing what no longer serves you. This 9 of Diamonds, it's the same thing, but it has to do with your value, your pentacles, your work. There's something about your work that it's not really moving right now anyway. So what you want to do is you want to it's a block. It's a block because you have too many things going on. There's so much energy going into so many multiple projects that you aren't actually focusing on the one that matters most and the one that can bring you most success. Yep, work time. You're working very hard at something, doing time for something, and it's not very pleasurable. You're a little scared of it, of what you're working on. It's not an easy job. It's not, you're a bit defensive, and you're actually, wow. You're actually needing to be a bit more grounded, a bit more steady to do this. You do need to sit on your passions, your energy, control your time, your use of time, your thoughts, control your thoughts, and you're also scared of a new beginning in love. No, this is more like, this is like stern, like battle action. It seems like you can't be thinking about love right now. It's just not in the cards for love right now, it's saying. And let's see if that's a problem. Because, yeah, it just says, no, you need to be ready for this. This is, you have to face something. I feel this is like facing something. It's almost like facing yourself. Oof, let's see if any sevens pop out. For that new moon energy. 2 of Swords. That is your own energy. A lot of 2s here. You have a lot of fear. You're just a lot. This is apprehensive. It sucks. It's just, it's almost like certain energies can't be used right now because you have to be in this battle ready working mode. It's almost like it's the only thing you can face right now. You can't face love for certain. It's it's not time. Yeah, 6 of Hearts, 2 of Diamonds, 7 of Hearts, and 8 of Spades. 6 of Hearts is a victory in love. It is some truth coming out with the 7 of Hearts too. There's been a little deception, a little dishonesty about our feelings. But you are balancing that out. You are understanding over time, this work, as tedious and as frightening and as hefty work and almost like battle work. It's almost like a soldier at work. Doing a tour right now in the military. It feels like you it's very apprehensive. It's a little fearful. It's you have some settlement in your money, but it's just so badly. But you are doing the kind of work that lends to some thinking, that lends to some balancing in your thoughts and in your reality of what truly is burdensome and what really isn't, where you should put your energies and time and where you shouldn't. And especially around love. You've been dreaming about love. You've been thinking about how it belongs in your life, and you know you want it, you feel it, you have an opportunity to it. You have all twos on this board. You are not okay. You're scared. You're apprehensive. You are, you don't want to do anything right now because of this, because of these 4 cards right here are coloring everything in your life. And behind the scenes, though, you're balancing your emotions. You're dropping your doubts and fears. This is such a defining action and such a defining bit of work and battle that you're able to strip away all your fears and all your concerns about being worthless and all your, those extra charges you have that you shouldn't be paying for right now. I feel like a lot of that, you're just going to drop it because it's that moment. It's just like if you have that breathless near-death experience and the rest of your life, you live like you nearly died because you've cleared out a lot of that extra winding in your brain that's holding you back. Your what ifs, your doubts, your considerations. You're just letting it go. It's like freewheeling, and you're balancing more into reality. You're balancing your fears and doubts, and your especially in love and romance and fulfillment. What life really means. What life really means, because it's that defining. This is like that big presentation, or that it almost feels like a game, and it might even be playoffs. This might even be one of our NBA ballers card reading here, because it just feels like this is like the pentultimate. It's like the battle you go into that's almost like a suicide battle, because you can't say a lot. You can't appear afraid. You can't show this fulfilling feeling. You almost have to keep it all to yourself. But it's resting inside you, preparing to gear up for the moment where it will be time to speak and say something and come clean with this energy of defining yourself around love. This new moon is going to define the way you communicate and the way you love and the way you experience others. It's that lovey-dovey energy. Your father is your best example of love, Aquarius. It may not be your biological father, but there's a man in your life that manages his 3 of Pentacles, that manages the people in his life, that makes decisions quite easily, that you admire, that you're beginning to follow. This could even be like listening to books on tape and motivational speakers. It's like that kind of energy of I'm trying to pull out some grounding and put a little fulfillment into my life in quieter ways, in less obvious ways, because I'm still fighting something in the physical world that is, and paying for something in the physical world with work. I mean, it borderline feels like slavery, but it's, I laugh, but it's not funny, because a lot of us are living in lives of slavery just because it's dressed up as a paycheck, with a paycheck or anything like that. It's not working, and I see this fear and apprehension about life because you know it's not working the way it's going, and you feel like a child, an air child, and you just, this Jack of Air is definitely you feeling like you're a brand new initiate. It's almost like there was, were you the ones that had the Great Severing reading? Because it's almost like after that Great Severing, you had to start everything over, absolutely everything. You had to cut out so much that you barely have anything at all. And so all of your journeys and all of your current manifestations are at level 2, and that is the fear and doubt and uncertainty moment. And it's possible you do not have the resources to move above those cards yet. So universe and spirit is asking you to sit in those fears and those doubts and those concerns and definitely work through them emotionally and sincerely. Don't just jump to the 3 and make some choices and hope things come out well. No, this is absolutely spirit asking you to sit in that energy, to seek fulfillment, to seek that magical example of life that you are chasing down right now, that you're looking forward to, because you have an opportunity to work through your mind and your soul on this at this moment. That's the kind of physical work you're doing. Let's go ahead and check out some cards for the actual physical week. Aquarius, what is going to be happening to you? I'm just going to do a quick spread. As a kind of, Aquarius always has very confusing readings. Every reader will say, yeah, you're coming to some financial wins. This is like the victories of, this feels like a financial victory and a value victory in love and romance. You're feeling kind of dreamy because you've come to a realization about love and fulfillment that, and the possibilities of it, they're just pretty amazing. You're still nervous. You're still scared. You're still scared about love and time and contracts and money and your intuition, your insights. But you are going to 9 of Swords it. This is that new moon card, that June 3rd new moon card. Make sure you make your intentions tonight because you're going to do some more severing. Mostly of fears and doubts. This is more conceptual severing because you were wrong. You've changed your mind about something and the way you seek fulfillment and victory and completion. And now you applied it to your fears here. You applied all this energy to your fears, at least these 2 fears, and you've removed some of that crap. You have quite a lot of cobwebs to knock it down, Aqua. I feel like you're just changing all your concepts. You're redrawing your life map and saying, hey, this is what happened. You know, I got in a car accident before because of this, this, and this. Well, now it's like, oh, no, I was not paying attention. I need to confess that it was my fault. Not to the cops or the insurance company, just inside of you kind of thing. Those kinds of confessions like, ooh, I really should have been more careful. I need to be careful from now on. Well, I mean, that's just a very base example, but it is kind of like that. I've learned something, and now, because Aqua just is going to pick apart all thoughts, concepts, and intuitions, even downloads from spirit. If these 2s are all downloads from spirit, aces are usually downloads, but new moons tend to just push them at us. Yeah, see, even with in your heart space, you're going to be clearing out, removing what no longer serves you, removing these fears and doubts and the way, you were seen in the world because it was wrong, and you've really thought it through, and you've taken those concepts, those energies, those words, those descriptions, those actions, and you've turned them on your head and you've made them your own because you're a stranger in a strange land, my Aquas, and you're going to find control over your emotions. Clearly you need it. It appeared twice in the reading in both spreads. Control your emotions. Do not be so reactive to the things around you. Do not be quick to anger, but do not be so quick to rescue a damsel in distress. She may have a bigger sword than another soldier. So just it kind of has that feeling that I'm not going to be so reactive. I am going to be more discerning and more considerate. You're going to stand in your Aqua energy and this airy energy of the new moon, and you're just going to begin to move from that space so that you can have what you want and move towards what you want, and to be able to start making decisions in your life. Yep, and you're going to be, it's very grounding. It's like grounding these ideas and concepts, bringing them into real life and reality so that they're actually serving both your 3D and 5D existences. And this is you exercising some risk-taking. Why be afraid to risk now when you have a whole new truth about yourself, a whole new concept about yourself that is empowering and strengthening, Aqua? You just know, you know you're worth more. You may not be reflecting that in your life right now, but you know you are worth more, and beginning with that, you're another 8. I think you just have all the 8s here. I can't be, I'm not going to go look because, yeah, you do have all the 8s here because, you have a lot of 8s and 9s here that so many things need to go. You need to make room because new things are coming in, and when those new things come in, you need to have balanced and harmonious energy to enjoy them and use them to your fullest. You're just right there on the cusp of, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 steps forward, Aqua, and it feels like you will just be standing in your bliss. And, yeah, 2 or 3 or 4 steps forward, and you can be standing in your bliss. So it's going to be just a little bit of time. It won't be this week. You're definitely knee-deep in work, in balancing and severing. Balancing and severing, yes. Making harmonious, to being non-reactive, you know. Not so knee-jerky reactions to rescue or to fight. That's definitely the energy of what's around you. And just really making, it's like making roads, making clarity. It's like cleaning up a big giant pile of leaves. Sorting leaves is another expression I use for thinking about things very meticulously. So, and it's definitely that kind of energy with you, Aquarius, as you're all up in your head, but you are actually making progress using these thoughts this time. You're not just kind of wandering about and meandering through your psyche and psychology for shits and giggles, which I know Aquas like to do. All right. Thank you, Aquarius. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Again, thank you for sharing your energy with me, and have a great week, my lovelies.